I don't know what order these are going to go in. Hiya.
We had, the only audition I really remember was a guy called Eagle,
Okay.
who turned up on a pedal bike with a very, very small little amplifier like this, a practice amp, 15 watt probably. This is exactly what went through our heads when he turned up. We were like, okay. Comes into the garage and puts it on the floor, and it's like something straight out of a fucking comedy sketch. Aboriginal people of Stonehenge. Like, his amp is like this, next to a 4x12 Marshall stack with a JCM 2008 on the top, and he's got, oh my god, literally, it was about that big. I think you said, I think you either had another head and amp that he plugged into, or you did something where you put the output from his amp. I can't remember, but I know his amp was part of the process, but I can't remember how we made it so we could hear. He said his influences were Pavement. I had never heard of Pavement, but it reminded me, I thought, oh, maybe it's like Garbage. I don't know why, but I thought maybe it's like Garbage. Maybe it's a little bit indie, a little bit, alternative, a bit rocky, a bit whatever. I don't know. But there's this one bit on, because we were demoing the material, we were rehearsing for the auditions, the EP material, Fear Inside, Overload. There's one little bit where the bass goes, duk, duk, duk. It goes up the octave. He was playing like this, looking at you, and he just, when I went, duk, and he went, with this great big grin, and I was like, fuck, heaven help me, oh my god, what's he gonna do? Like, but it was just out of nowhere, because he'd been playing like this the whole time, just like, bing, 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 and then suddenly, I was like, oh.
But did he play well?
It was all right. He wasn't a metal guitarist. He was a very nice guy, but there's no way it could have worked.
Have you got anything to add before I talk about Adrian's entrance?
I'd like to add that I need a wee, but apart from that, no. 4 or 5 other auditions. They were all very depressing.
Can I just say, I hate auditions because you don't know what fucking weirdo. Sometimes I was the weirdo, by the way, because I did audition for other bands. But one of them still, to this day, makes me hold my head. I can't tell you what happened. I will one day, but now's not the time because this is about other weirdos. So, I haven't even told you, I'm so embarrassed. Anyway.
It's intriguing, all right.
They were actually quite not a massive band, but well known on some level. And I pulled a lug of some sort. I didn't do anything mental, but they looked at me like I was mental. Even though I played the music perfectly, better than anyone else they'd auditioned with. Anyway, they became nobodies after that. They should have taken me. I was a bit fucking mental, but I learnt the material better than them. You know what I'm like, right? I knew the inner layers of all the little things that no one else picked up on and done it all, but they just thought this dude's fucking mental. Piss off, mate. But anyway, yeah, so it happens, but this was their go, and they were fucking all sorts of crazy. This is my memory of not even just 54, but auditions as a whole. You just don't know what the fuck you're gonna get. It doesn't matter if you say, oh, I like Megadeth. It doesn't matter what you say. You're gonna get someone who's like, oh, I'm Johnny Rotten. It happened to me all the time. You know. I don't know how this happened, but we sent Adrian some songs from Fear Inside. And he played along to them. He done something really clever that I wouldn't have thought of.
Yeah.
I wanted him to learn them and come and rehearse with us. But he put something in the middle of those two events. He decided he would like have the band coming out of one ear, and then he'd hard pan the band, and then he'd pan himself to the other ear and play along.
Yeah.
And he'd done this to the Face of All Your Fears and Futile Dream. I don't remember discussing it with the band as such, but I know what I thought. I remember what I thought. I remember thinking, he did this nice bit on the Face of All Your Fears that shows me he can handle some lead duties, somewhat. And he picked up enough of the riffs, I was like, he's teachable. I can say to him, it's not that note, it's that note, and you'll be okay. So he ticked off 2 boxes very quickly, whereas no one else even ticked off those.
No.
There was one absolutely mental chord that he kept playing in the Face of All Your Fears. Look, they're on YouTube now. Go and find that fucking note and tell me it's not mental, okay? And the other one was Futile Dream, and
Yeah.
he done really well on it in parts, but he was so capable. I could tell he was so capable, but he didn't learn it inside out. And
No, you
I think,
didn't need to.
like I said about that other band I auditioned for, I learned it inside out because I wanted to join the band.
Yeah.
And I still didn't get it. And I think he got it because he was clearly talented.
It's not as if
Right.
we've got 10 people like him.
Even though guitarists are a dime a dozen, when you find someone who can play the stuff,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
seemed polite enough, he seemed
Rare.
nice enough, you know.
Yeah.
And Jeremy had gone, and it was like, I knew that if I brought stuff to you, you could say, I'm going to do this on the top, and I wouldn't be thinking, what the hell, right? And I wanted that, because I never wanted to be the writer. I didn't want to be the sole writer.
Yeah.
And this dude was like adding things that I didn't think of, and I thought, well, that's cool. He did do some cool stuff.
From the moment we started speaking with him, it was a little bit like, okay, we don't need to carry on with this crazy, depressing search. And I think after those 2 things, I think it was them, right? Come and have a jam with us. Come and do a rehearsal with us. You didn't say, right, that's it, you're in. Of course, it was like he had to come and do some rehearsals with us. And I remember that it wasn't as if it was note perfect, but for the first time you felt like he was capable. That we had a guitarist in our midst who was capable of playing everything that we needed him to, and that was the first.